What's up guys, I'm doing my 2017 January reptile room tour, so let me show you around. So first off, this is my snake stack of tanks, and in this one is my jungle carpet python, who doesn't have a name yet. I got him a couple of weeks ago, probably 2 weeks ago, and the owner said he was a bit bitey, but he hasn't really tried to since I've had him. So I'll grab him out and give you a look at him. So I've made a hook out of this coat hanger, just because I can't bother to buy a hook. Didn't really need one. So there you can see him. I'll just get him out into the better light. So here we are, this is him. He's about 2, maybe 2.5 foot long, I would say. This is my hand compared to him. He's in shed at the moment, so his colours aren't as bright. And I'm only using my iPhone as well for the camera, so that's why it's not amazing. So let me put him back, and then we'll carry on. If you've got any name suggestions for him, then put them in the comments, as I have no idea what to call him. I was thinking Car or Mowgli off the Jungle Book, but we'll see. Getting back in here. And next along is my Albino Everglades rat snake called Devon, who isn't the nicest of snakes, if I say the least. I'll just say I can't handle him. That's probably enough said. I'll just show you what he's like, so you can automatically see that he's like locked into like movement. So if I hand here, he's just locked in. And if I try and pick him up with my hook, it's like extremely curious. If I tried to handle him, he'd go mental. Watch if I touch like his tail. Oh. He's not acting too bad actually. Come on. Let's see, it's essing up, trying to strike. I mean, it doesn't hurt, but it makes you jump, so I'd rather not get bitten today, or at all for that matter. So these two are both in, at the moment, 2 foot enclosures. It is a 4 foot, as you can see, but split it in half. And I need to get some more branches and stuff for inside here, but I went out the other day and it was too wet. And they're both doing alright. What is he doing? So yeah, let's move on to the next one. In the middle one is my royal python or ball python. She is a butter. I can't quite remember her age, but she shed the other day, so her colours are quite nice. And she did go off eating for about, I'd say, 5 months, but she's back on it now, thankfully. Getting nice and healthy weight again, strength as well, because she's started to lose a bit of weight, so I was worrying. But, oops, I'll get her out for you so you can see. So there she is. Her name's Lola. I've got no plans of breeding any ball pythons, so this is just a pet, as well as the rat snake is just a pet. So yeah, that's her. She's my first snake, so very lovely. So let's put her back and she's in a 4 foot long. It's just the middle one. Yeah, she's doing okay with the electric thermostat, not electric, digital. These two just have normal ones, but they're behind the back of it down here, so I don't want to mess with that. And the carpet python has a heat mat, the rest of them have ceramic bulbs. So let's go on to the last snake. In the very bottom, this is my common boa's tank, and she has escaped a couple of times, that's why I've got these wedges in. I don't have it in that one. So let me show you her. Here she is. She's about, I'd say 5.5 feet long. Oops. She's an amazing snake. She did have a bit of stuck shed on her nose, but she shed it off, so in her most recent shed, so she's alright now. Let me get her onto the bed. There you are, that's her. She's getting nice and chunky, nice, healthy weight now. They're just off, all the snakes fed about 2 days ago, so that's good. There you are, see her a bit better. She's got very nice head markings for just a common boa, as you can see. Lovely freckling as well, goes down into the dark. Okay, she's also got a ceramic heat bulb in her enclosure, and I had to take all the decorations out because she kept getting stuck behind them, apart from this piece of wood. So that's why there's no green in there. So let's put her back and let's get on to the rest. So next we move on to my big racking system, got all the way down here. And in the first Exoterra, sorry about it being a bit dark, in fact let me just put my flash on. This is my little brother's leopard gecko called Austin. I've had him for about 3-4 months maybe. He's doing great, he's getting a nice fat tail on him. He's still a little bit skittish obviously, but compared to when we first got him, he's brilliant. And I've just had to move him into this tank, a bit smaller one, because of getting the carpet python, and I had no room for this viv wasn't big enough for the carpet python. So there you go, that's Austin. I'm not sure what morph he is, I can't quite remember. But yeah, you get that nice fat tail. Amazing eyes as well. So yeah, he's in a Exoterra, I think it's a 45 by 30, I think, by 45. So it's the one just smaller than the cube. He's feeding on crickets, so he's doing fine. Dusted crickets. Yeah, so let's move on to the next one. Next is my other leopard gecko called Waffles. She's a super hypo tangerine carrot tail, if I can find her. She's in a 3-foot viv with decorations, got an aloe vera plant that's real, that's quite dead. Some wood, got a cold hide, just like a middle hide, and a warm hide over here. She's also feeding on dusted crickets. She should be under here, if I can get her out. She's extremely tame. Never had any problems with her, apart from she does get a stuck shed on her toes, which she does now. She gets stuck shed quite a lot on her toes, so I have to try and get that off. So yeah, she's obviously very healthy. She's massive if I compare it to my hand. She's very big. So yeah, like I said, she's a super hypo tangerine carrot tail, or just a super hypo carrot tail maybe, can't quite remember. She's got a nice big head, very healthy, obviously apart from the shed. Massive tail, yeah. Both the leopard geckos are on heat mats, both with thermostats. I'm both feeding on dusted crickets, like I said already. So yeah, that's her. I've had her for probably 4 or 5 months as well. I've went on a bit of a buying spree and bought a few items, or a few animals, should I say. She's just got the wedge in here to stop the glass rattling while I'm walking around. Then just a side note below here, just got some space for another tank, which I'll get to in a second, and substrate, just a background and a cork ground. Yeah, cork ground. Then next, down here I've got all my crickets. These are just medium-sized ones for my frogs, which I'll get to in a second. And these are the standard-sized ones, which are for my other frogs, which I'll get to. Oh, and for the leopard geckos. Next, in here is my male adult gargoyle gecko. If I can find him, he's always quite hard to find in here. This is tank in a 45 by 45 by 45 Exoterra. Hoping to get a 60 like this one soon. That was down at the bottom. I'm just grabbing that for you. These two, well, this one is going to be my breeding male for this year, and I've not bred gargoyles before, so it should be good if I can get him out. There you go. So this, as you can see, is a yellow stripe. Very, very bright stripes. Amazing gargoyle gecko. Beautiful eyes as well. Yep. He's about 40, nearly 50 grams, I think. Still got his tail, so that's good. As you probably know, gargoyles are quite vicious when they're mating, so hopefully he doesn't lose it this year with me. But yeah, you can clearly tell he's a male. Some amazing stripes. Quite a nice head structure as well, for as far as gargoyles go with head structure. So yeah, let me put him back and show you the female. So in here is my female gargoyle gecko. She's got a fully bioactive Viv, custom foam background with a false bottom. I won't be able to get her out. If she comes out at the end, I'll put a video in of her. If not, I'll just put some pictures in. Yeah, her tank's very nice. She's got some pothos growing in the bottom. Around here, they're not doing amazing, these ones aren't, but they're getting there. There's a springtail culture in here. She's also got a pothos hanging from this ledge here. So yeah, it's all growing well. These are just some bamboo pieces that I cut out from the garden and wedged in. And she seems to love those, she's always on them. So that's good. And then she's got a flexi vine here from, I'm not quite sure who it's from, might be Exoterra, I'm not sure. And then this one, I forgot the company name of this. And these ladders with the coconuts, they are from the range. Let's see if I can show you her. That's her, if you can see. She's also a yellow, but she's a reticulated, I think. I'm not quite sure on that one, probably wrong. And then we move on to my next tank, which is my white tree frogs, or dumpy tree frogs. These are in a bioactive, but I'm changing them to a 90 by 45 by 60 Exoterra, so it'll be same width as those two put together and the same height as this one here, so that high. I'm going to custom foam background that one as well. Reason for changing is they're getting a bit big now, and all the substrate here, if you can see it, like there, it's all going mouldy. Although I do have a drainage layer, but the drainage layer was broken into by some worms that were in there. So yeah, they're all going to be moved soon. I'll see if I can get one of them out for you. They do hide throughout the day, as you probably know. They're nocturnal like most animals in here, but I'll try to get one out. So here is one of them. I think this is one of the males. I'm not 100%. I think there's two males and one female in here. They're called Fern, Reggie and Charlie. I think this is Fern because she's quite a lot greener, and she's got like freckling down her back, so, or his back. He's getting some nice fat rolls coming on, so he should be able to breed in about a year or so, hopefully. Oh, there's a cricket in the water. And I can't wait to change their tank because it's horrible. So like I said, there's three in there. Also, if I didn't say before, the female is called Furiosa and the male gargoyle is called Nux off Mad Max. And then last but not least Well, it's not last actually. Never mind. This is my baby gargoyle gecko called The Rock. If I can get him out for you. He's in a 30 by 30 by 45 Exoterra, so it's a mini tall. All the gargoyles are eating Pangea with insects. If I can get him out. They all seem to be eating fine. No worries, he's growing a lot. But how long I've had him? I've had him for about 6 months maybe. And he's grown about 4 or 5 grams. What is he doing? That's not good. He's grown about 4 grams I think since then. Yeah, I can't get him out. But yeah, he's just there if you can see him. Now he's a orange or red reticulated, I'm not quite sure yet. This is also a bioactive tank, but there's only one plant in here and it's not doing great. Just this one here. He does use it a lot though, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. See, the barrier and the hydro balls. So yeah, that's his tank. And then last but not least, definitely not least, this is my gold and green Bellfrog's tank, which is also bioactive. It's a 60 by 45 by 45, I think. Or is it? Yeah, it's 60 by 45 by 45. Or it might be a 60 by 45 by 60, I can't quite remember. Yeah, it's bioactive. As you can see, very nice enclosure. Small water bowl at the moment because they are getting an upgrade soon, where I'm going to do half pond, half substrate. The same with the white tree frogs, I'm doing that as well. You can see the springtails are doing amazing in here. They're everywhere, and they just eat anything that goes wrong basically. They're all over. You can see them everywhere. If you can see that, there's loads there. This tank's doing great. There was a plant growing here, but it died recently, unfortunately. It's Pothos. There's a bromeliad. This one. Oops. This is a bromeliad. These are Pothos here. These are Pothos. I can't quite remember what this one's called. It's doing okay, but the leaves are starting to fall off. And to the frogs. Here's one of them. There's 3 in here as well. This is the one of the smaller ones. Get him under the light. It's quite dark. I'll throw some crickets in for them. So yeah, the smaller crickets are for these guys, who are doing great. So that's him. The biggest one is this guy. I think this one will be the female and the other 2 will be males. She is the biggest and she's just dark brown, but with small green patches on her legs and on the front of her face. So yeah, she's doing great. She's definitely the biggest. And then the last one is up in this corner here. If you can see her. I won't bother getting her out. She's just the same as the smaller one, but a little brighter green and bigger. See if I can get from this side. Oh no, it's even worse. They have a fogger that comes on a few times a day just to help with everything, with all the plants and humidity. Also the white tree frogs, they have a fogger as well up here, which comes on a few times a day, all on timers. And all the lights for everything is on a timer as well. I still haven't got a light for this one yet, but it's not really necessary with gargoyles. So yeah, I've also not got a light for this one yet because they're not really supposed to have lights, it can damage their eyes, but that's not for me to say there's a fact. So yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching guys. If you have any tips or anything for my next video, or any animals that you'd like to see me get, then just leave them in the comments and I'll see about getting them.
at you a certain way, I know it's getting wetter. It's going down and I feel so right. It's going down and you feel so right. It's going down, now we both feel nice, now we both live life, My girl bad, yeah, she love that nightlife. But when I call, yeah, she did by my right side. My girl bad, yeah, she love that nightlife. But when I call, yeah, she did by my right side. I met you, then things changed, it's all good. You met dudes with big chains that dogged you, but you came like you never been hurt. And I got a feeling it could have been worse. The way I'm feeling you is on overdose. Really happy to have you, I hope it shows. Wanna rock shows till I blow up. That's why I need you when I do it. You a nice type beauty with a booty like boom. I'm that type dude, I'm a coolie, that's cool. Beautiful danger, you got that title. Make a nigga wanna get high, burn that lighter. You so diff, you notice my dislikes. You blow kiss and call quick when it's right. I got pics that show kissing, old laughs. I got lips attracted to your thighs. My danger, my lover. See the angel above us while we playing in the covers. Don't give a fuck who judges. It's only right that you find me. See we moving but the time is slowing down. So in love, good girl, you got that luck. You got that sexy look in your eyes. You look so good tonight. My prize, I feel good inside. You make me feel so G-double-O-D. Love how you know me. This make it better when I look at you a certain way. I know it's getting wetter. It's going down and I feel so right. It's going down and you feel so right. It's going down, now we both feel nice. Now we both live life, My girl bad, yeah, she love that nightlife. But when I call, yeah, she did by my right side. My girl bad, yeah, she love that nightlife. But when I call, yeah, she did by my right side.